Hey guys, welcome back to Matlock's Toy Room Reviews, and today I have the newest Ghostbuster figure from the Matty Collector Ghostbuster line, and here's their standard mailer box, Egon Spengler. Very basic, and I already took the figure out. Very cool, the second release of the Egon Spengler. This one is his first release of just his regular costume. The first one he had the slime on him, so very cool. Unfortunately, he didn't come with a ghost, which I think is kind of lame. He comes with the stack of the books from, I guess, from the library or whatever, so hopefully if we ever get a library ghost, it'll go with that pretty good. But he does come with a PKE meter, which is really disappointing the way they packaged that. If you can see the one of the prongs on the side, there's not anywhere for that to go, it's just bent. Like, they're so retarded they didn't even like think about that when they packaged it. So that's kind of disappointing. But you know, pretty decent figure, but we already have an Egon, so nothing too amazing. Just a quick look at the back. If you guys hadn't read this, you can go ahead and pause at the different spots. Pretty cool. So let's take a quick break and we'll get this guy out of the package. Alright, and we're back with the Egon. First off, you know, my personal feelings on this figure. It's a nice figure, and for completionists like myself, I had to get it. You do get a couple new things with this, and finally you have a non-slimed Egon if you got the 2009 Comic-Con one, which was the first Ghostbuster released. But, you know, I mean, this one isn't really a must-have as far as I'm concerned. If you're just trying to collect them, you know, if you have the slime version, you know, you could definitely use that one. And you don't get a ghost with this one. Like, the slime version came with the Slimer. I think that one's a much better accessory than the stack of books. Although, I mean, the stack of books is cool. It could make a cool accessory for, you know, any line of figures. You could use this in a Marvel Legends setup if you got a cool X-Mansion setup or library or something cool. You could do this with anything, really. I mean, it is cool. But I just think a ghost would have been much more appreciated. But you do also get the PKE meter, which is a great accessory to have. Aside from the stupid packaging errors, if you can see, it's all bent. It's made out of a soft rubber, you can move it fairly easy. But it does have some nice detail on it, but also the handle is bent too. You know, this is really the first one I noticed of these Ghostbusters, but Matty Collector really packaged this thing kind of awkward. They really didn't do a good job on that as far as I'm concerned. But the figure's great. Looks pretty cool. It seems to be the same sculpt. I know on the Peter Venkman, the new one that we're going to get, the non-slimed version, they changed the head sculpt. But for some reason this one looks the same as the old Egon head sculpt. I didn't bring one out for comparison. I should have, but I just didn't. You see the glasses lift up. They're just kind of pegged in the side of his head, but I think they're stuck in there. I don't want to try to take them out, but they might be removable. But this is Spengler there on his uniform. It's got the Ghostbusters logo on his right arm. It's very cool. It looks to be the same body mold that we're used to from the rest of them. It's got the hose coming out and the very nicely detailed proton pack. It's very cool. It's got all the wires sticking out. It's very cool. There's a lot of nice detail they put into these. And of course the handpiece just pegs on with that peg right there. The camera will focus a little bit. There we go. Not sure what that other peg's for, but it does have another peg on the other side. Anyways, it's got the same hose. Let's see here. I haven't even checked out. It's still kind of a soft rubber like all the other ones, seem to be the same mold, but not as soft as the first Egon Spengler. That first one was really like bendy, but very cool. Seems to be improved upon. Let's see, has to go a certain way on the peg. There we go. But articulation, he has the ball jointed head. But if you see his neck, it's actually at the bottom of his neck, so that's cool. He does have a neck, which I do like. He's got a ball jointed shoulder, ball jointed elbow, and ball jointed wrist. And of course he does have the pre-molded hands, which seem to be the same molded hands on all the figures. No torso joint, but he has a swivel in the waist. He has the kind of Movie Masters or DC Universe Classics hip joints, go in and out, back and forward. They work really nice. A swivel in the mid-hip there, single jointed knee, swivel at the top of the boot, and a back and forward pivot at the foot. And it does have a little bit of side-to-side pivot too, which is always nice. And of course the peg holes on the feet. If you prefer a figure stand, you can definitely use one. So very cool figure. Glad to have him, but like I said, really in my opinion not a must-have. If you don't have the funds right now or didn't, then don't feel too bad, because it's a nice figure. Nice to finally have one that's not slimed, but you don't get a Ghost, and you know we already have an Egon. So anyways, Egon Spengler. Thanks for checking him out.